The story of this video is about an event that began with fury and ended in a way no one could have predicted, especially on a day dedicated to faith and devotion. What would happen if the purest devotion were confronted by the most intense disbelief? And something totally unexpected emerged from this clash, something that would change everything forever. But before we delve deeper into this experience, write now in the comments the names of people and relatives who need prayer. And we will add all of these names to our main prayer with a rosary, dedicating each Hail Mary and each Our Father to them. In a quiet village, where traditions were passed down from generation to generation with genuine fervor, the annual procession of Our Lady was the highlight of the calendar. Streets adorned with colorful flowers, blue and white balloons dancing in the wind, and the scent of incense wafting through the air set the stage for the procession, which was more than a simple parade. It was a tangible manifestation of faith, a shared walk of devotion and gratitude, where entire families, from children carried in arms to grandparents leaning on staffs, joined in a harmonious chorus of songs and prayers, under the watchful and compassionate gaze of the venerated image, carried with the utmost respect on an artistically decorated palanquin that radiated peace and hope to all the hearts present. That year, however, the brilliance of faith would be tested by a cloud of discontent and anger. Halfway along the processional route, a sizable group of atheists, led by figures with scowling faces and defiant gestures, waited with a clear intention of disturbing the peace. They were men and women carrying placards that questioned belief, who called for reason over spirituality, and who, in raised voices, began to utter words that attempted to dilute the faith of the devotees. The festive atmosphere of that day began to be filled with a growing tension, a clash between worlds, between silent devotion and noisy protest, which hung heavy in the air, almost cutting. The buzz of frightened murmurs soon gave way to a shocked silence as the procession, which moments before had been one of pure harmony, came face to face with a wall of defiant voices and blunt words. The chants began to falter, the steps became uncertain, and for a moment, the momentum of faith seemed to falter under the weight of the verbal assault. The eyes of the faithful, once filled with peace, now alternated between astonishment, sadness, and in some, the subtle hint of anger arising from the indignation of having their faith mocked on such a significant day. The air grew heavy, and the feeling that something irreparable might happen hung over everyone, threatening to shatter the unity and serenity of that day. The group of atheists, taking advantage of the momentary confusion and shock of the faithful, advanced even further, their sharp words turning into shoves, attempting to destabilize the float carrying the sacred image of Our Lady. One of the group's leaders, more audacious and driven by fervent indignation, approached the float dangerously close, reaching out to try to topple one of the most cherished symbols of the people's faith. Fear hung over the place like a cold blanket, and the hearts of every faithful stopped for a moment, with the worst about to happen, panic threatening to set in. And there, at that precise moment of imminent despair, at the height of chaos, when faith was under the greatest attack, a deafening silence suddenly fell over the crowd, as if time had stopped, transforming the hubbub into an unexpected stillness. At that precise moment of widespread panic and the apparent realization of the worst, something completely unexpected occurred. Before the atheist leader's hand could even touch the image, the man's body stiffened in uncontrollable spasms, and he fell to the ground, unconscious. It was neither divine violence nor mystical retaliation, but rather a physical event, a manifestation of exhaustion, perhaps panic. But for the faithful, the coincidence of it happening at the exact moment of the affront seemed a profound sign. The impact was not only the fall, but the immediate change in the devotee's posture. Instead of exulting or judging, the chanting resumed, not with aggression, but with redoubled sweetness, while many knelt, praying for the fallen man's health. It was a stunning testament to the true essence of faith, which transforms anger into compassion and threat into prayer, in the face of a scene that should be one of revolt. That unexpected gesture by the faithful, praying for the attacker, silenced the crowd of atheists more than any sermon or confrontation. Seeing devotion manifest itself not in repulsion but in sincere concern, the atheist leader, now attended to by one of the faithful who quickly brought water and offered to help, caught a glimpse of the purity of the faith he was trying to combat. Many of his followers, once so convinced and vocal, now lowered their placards and eyes, realizing that their aggression had encountered not a barrier of hostility, but an embrace of prayer and compassion. The procession continued its course, but now charged with new meaning, a living testament that true faith does not bow to adversity, but transcends it with love and perseverance, leaving a seed of reflection even in the most skeptical hearts, where the initial fury was dissolved in the unshakable beauty of forgiveness and solidarity. Think about the interruptions you've faced in life, not the dramatic ones of a procession, but those in your daily life. Unexpected news that knocks you off your feet, a project that suddenly falls apart, a harsh word from someone you love, or even that feeling that your plans simply won't work out, no matter how hard you try. In these moments, the first reaction is often frustration, anger, discouragement, a desire to give up, or even react with the same negative intensity we received. Isn't that true? This story we share today is a powerful mirror, an invitation to reflect on how we choose to respond to interruptions and challenges in our own journeys. Just like those faithful who, faced with aggressive provocation, chose not revenge or fear, but prayer and compassion, we are reminded of the immense strength that lies in keeping our hearts steadfast in faith, even when the world seems to scream against us. It's easy to pray when everything is going well, but the true beauty of our devotion is revealed in the storm, when we are able to offer love where there is hate, and trust that the hand of Our Lady or God, in His infinite mercy, is at work even in the most adverse and unexpected situations. How have you responded to the interruptions in your life? Have you allowed them to steal your peace, or have you transformed them into opportunities to demonstrate the unshakable faith you carry in your heart? This story reminds us that our faith is constantly tested, not only by great conflicts, but also by daily trials, discouragement, and the apparent absence of miracles in our lives. Just like the faithful who persisted in their prayer and charity in the face of the most rude interruption, we are called to cultivate peace in our hearts, to forgive those who offend us, and to strengthen our faith with each dawn, with every gesture of love and with every preaching that reaches us, always seeking more conversions and more moments of grace on our journey. The prayers we say every day are the shield that protects us, the link that connects us to the divine, and the bridge that can move mountains in our lives and in the lives of those we love. So, once again, we want to reinforce this chain of prayer. Write in the comments now the names of people and relatives who need prayer, and all these names will be included in our main prayer, recited with the rosary, carrying your intention directly to heaven. What did you think of this story? Leave your sincere comment below, telling us what moment impacted you most and what lesson you take from this narrative for your own life. Your opinion is very important to us. And if this video touched your heart and inspired you, please don't forget to like it, share it with friends and family, and, of course, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming uplifting stories and reflections on faith. May the peace of Our Lady be with you always.